Good afternoon, family. Good afternoon. Hope y'all are doing well. No matter what, I am always doing fine. No matter how good things are or how bad things are, I am doing fine. See, like there, my light went out. We keep the camera rolling. I thought that the power had gone out, but nope, it was the light. You know, when I was in the Navy, my captain used to say something like this. He said, you know, life doesn't hand you victories. It hands you opportunities to learn. He would also tell us when we had a particularly difficult evolution coming up, he said, all right, we got another opportunity to excel. Opportunity to excel. So life is like that, but you just really can't sit around and expect for life to hand you things, because life be lifing. I don't know what they told you, but life be lifing. Hey, Alexander Brandon. I've been forgetting, brother, but there's your density. Life be life, and I'm trying to get this thing together. I'm working on some things on the channel. I'm trying to learn some things. I'm trying to learn the lesson, and I don't know. I'm having a struggle, but it's all good, though. Hey, Steve, you done came and took my cutter. It's out here somewhere. But yeah, it's a struggle, family, and sometimes you want to play by the rules, and sometimes you just, the rules don't seem like they make sense to you, but you know what? This ain't your circus, and this ain't your monkey, so you're not in charge of the circus, so you just got to play by the rules. I don't know. Somebody will say, LeeMack92, what in the hell is you talking about? Life. All right, so today we're going to talk about life, and we're going to sit back and chill, and we're going to chill with this 2026 version of the Amazon Basin Cigar 2026. Includes that rare Braganca tobacco from the Amazon rainforest. Sumatra, Ecuadorian Sumatra wrappers, got a Nicaraguan binder, and as well, it's got some Colombian and Dominican Republic tobacco in the filler. Now, before I start out with this, I'm going to say something that some of y'all have been thinking and saying also. And it might be controversial. Shout out to all my people over there at General Cigar. The cold draw gives you, it's a different taste, and different doesn't describe it. It's not a descriptor. I'm going to say some type of leather, right? And don't ask me where I'm pulling this flavor descriptor from, but I'm thinking the smell of like leather from a pair of Minnetonka moccasins. That's really stupid, but that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of like a hand-sewn moccasin, but it's not like a processed leather. Here's what I'm going to say. This cigar was first released in 2014. They said, hey, we got this rare tobacco from the Amazon rainforest where you got to go deep, 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 deep into the jungle and get it. And then they roll it into these little cords or whatever the case is. And they got to put it on the canoes, and we got to go down the river with it. We can only plant these plants every 3 feet apart, whereas our normal tobacco we can plant together, so we only have such a little bit of it. We don't have that much. So we're not going to be able to, also, we can only harvest this crap every 3 years. Every 3 years. So we only got so much. 2014, we only got so much. So we bought it. 2014, we bought them. Bought them. I don't think in 2015 they came out again. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. It might have been a couple years later when they came out again. Then I started noticing the pattern. At my local shop, all of a sudden, like in the fall, a random box of Amazon Basin would show up. I said, hey, maybe that's one that they forgot about in the warehouse. Okay, that's cool. We cool with the people. Maybe that's, something extra, whatever. A couple years ago, 3 to be exact, maybe it's 2, this one in 2 behind us, Amazon Basin. The next year, Amazon Basin. 2026, Amazon Basin. Hey, wait a minute now. Wait. You just wait the hell a damn minute. What's going on? I thought this was the rare tobacco that we can only get out every 3 years. Now all of a sudden we got it every year. What's up with that? And like everything else, the price has been going up. And because the price has been going up, the last couple of times I saw this cigar in the box, in the shop, I said, I'm gonna let y'all get that. Because truth be told, I got a lot of them. A few anyway. I better not say I got a lot of them because that's when so many people start knocking on my door. Hey, LeeMack. I tell y'all all the time, if you see a stick that you like, when it comes out, when it first comes out, take your money and buy some and stock up on as much as you can afford. And that is what I did. I hit up Brahman, I hit up this dude, that shop, whatever, and I stocked up. We did the same thing with Supreme Leaf. So now, when everybody's looking around for all this stuff, I just reach into my humidor every once in a while and smoke one. Good smoke output. Retro, rich, creamy. That's what I remember. Now, this tastes good to me. Rich, creamy, spice. I'm going to put it on there. Spice, we'll get back to that in a second. That spice is ramping up on my tongue, near the back of my tongue. That's very good. Now, the interesting thing is, family, I've heard 2 different reviews on this 2026 version of the Amazon Basin. Now, folks over at General will tell me it's exactly the same cigar. They had it 1 year, it came out, then they came out what they called the extra aged or some kind of version. It was the same box that I had that had been aged for a couple more years, right? So, I don't know how old these are. But the 2 reviews I heard were, one said, it's trash, ain't worth the money, and the other one said, it's pretty damn good. So we're going to see what I think about it. All right, family, I'll be back. All right, family, we are starting out pretty good. I want to say we're starting with a nice, creamy, rich tobacco flavor, rich and creamy, and that spice. This has got the Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper on it. I believe that's where I'm getting that spice from, and it's pretty nice. You know, I started out saying that you don't always win in life. You're not always handed the victory, but sometimes you have to use the opportunity to learn something. I tell stories many times about things going on in my life and things that I learned. And sometimes not only do you learn the right thing, sometimes you learn, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Everybody kind of knows that Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. And let's just say he had tried 144 additional other filaments before he got to the one that really worked and kind of made the modern light bulb. So somebody asked him, said, well, what about those other 144 failures? He said, they weren't failures. I just learned 144 ways not to make a light bulb. So that's what I mean. Sometimes in life, you could try something and you could learn and you can understand that that ain't it. That's not it. And it's okay that that's not it. Because when you come back to that fork in the road again, you are going to be able to look at it and go, I know because of my past life experience not to go that way. I got to go that way. Now, some of us are hard-headed, right? Some of us have went that way the last time and you ran into a roadblock. But you figure you're going to be different than everybody else and you're going to go that way and it ain't going to be no roadblock. You get down there and it's a damn roadblock. I used to be just like that. I was the one who always had to bump my damn head. You had to prove to me that the stove was hot. You couldn't just tell me the stove was hot. You had to prove it was hot. So life has a way of teaching you those lessons, both positive and negative. And you got to take all of those lessons, throw them up in your bag, and keep on rolling, family. Like I said, I'm trying to learn some stuff about this social media thing. I'm trying to learn some things about the YouTube algorithm. I'm trying to learn some things as I go along. Now, I've been doing this for what? This is my 12th season? Is it 12 years? But what I did 12 years ago ain't the same as what I need to do today. I need to learn some of the new things. 12 years ago, there was no such thing as AI. There was no such thing as no AI bots on the algorithms and all. It was none of that. Whatever we put out, it was out. Period. Shout out to those that came before me, and shout out to all of those who will come and exist long after I am done with this. Shout out to all of y'all. I wish y'all all a whole lot of success. Shout out to my brother Cigar Life Banks. He don't know me. Some of y'all know who he is. He's over there building a channel and doing what he do. So shout out to you, brother Banks. Shout out to you. When I come down to Atlanta, man, I might have to look you up. Now, this cigar is, I mean, if you could see the smoke on it, you see the smoke, right? The algorithm probably don't like that word, but whatever, you see it. Really, really good. I'm going to say that this is medium strength. And I'm going to give it a separate level of strength. I'm going to say the spice, I'm going to give the spice medium plus on the spice. Now, let me see if I can find this. Let me see if I can find these. Because I know what I paid. And I know what some other people say they paid. But I just want to see. All right, let me go to one of my spots. I can't mention the spot, but I got to go see what it is. And that's the other thing that's been kind of bothering me about what you say, how limited availability this stick is. Right now, I can go to a spot, it's reputable. I could buy a single. I could buy a 5-pack. I could buy a box. Available. The first years it was out, there were not that many out, and they were sold up or whatever. So it starts to make you question, is it all just marketing or is it the truth? I don't know. I sure like to talk to somebody, Steve, about that. All right, we're gonna sit on back. We'll be back, family. We're gonna a little bit longer. All right, family. I'm sitting back, chilling, reflecting on life. and enjoying my Amazon Basin 26. Today, what we got in our cup? We got a glass of hot tea. Shout out to my GTG brother, I'm him, aka Greg. He's always drinking tea. Got a little tea in here. Got some lemon and a piece of dried blood orange and some honey. So that's what we're having today as our pairing. Cigar has died down in strength. It still never got much more than, I'm going to say, medium. The spice was up to like a medium plus. The strength has now kind of died back down to medium. That Sumatra wrapper, I believe, is what is giving it the consistent spice finish on the bottom of my tongue. It's almost like you know, when you go to the one of the Mexican joints and you get like the red hot spice, nah, not that. But then they had a green one that's not as spicy, but it's still spicy. It's kind of like that. The draw on this, even though you see we've got a lot of smoke, for me, I'm sucking, hoping that I had a little bit more smoke output. I know some of y'all will say you should have used the V cut, LeeMack. I know what you're saying. Regardless, it's still great smoke output, good draw, and you just see how that's just chooching along off of the wrapper there. She is doing very well. So I went to go see my mama the other day. She had a birthday a couple of weeks ago, and she told my baby girl that I don't know how old she is because I thought she was 85. She turned 86. And I said, okay, Ma, that is fine. So, as you know, when I go to see my mother, there's a list. There's a list of things to fix. I had to put a panel back on the kitchen sink. I had to set the time and program her thermostat. And then she sent me upstairs to the bathroom to spray a little WD-40, as she says, on the window because she can't quite get the window up and down. Oh, wait, I forgot. The hose in the driveway was, she said, when you turn it on, it's spraying water all over the place. Now, you have to understand with your senior citizens that they still see themselves as the spry young something that they were. We all do. We all feel the same way. But the body is a little bit different, right? So I know my mother's hand strength is getting a little weaker, and I knew what the problem was because the last time I was there, she told me the same thing, and I put it in the washer and I tightened it up. Now, as a senior citizen, she's going to do what she's going to do. I said, Ma, don't unscrew this. Just leave it on there. We'll take the squirter off the end, and, you know, it'll be fine. Nope, she takes it off, and now she can't get it back on. Okay, I'm not going to fuss about it. I go up, and of course, every trip to Mom requires a trip to Walmart or Home Depot or someplace. So I go to Walmart. And I decide she needs a new blind, that we need a little silicone spray, and while I'm there, I might as well get some new curtains for the bathroom. And she didn't have the right type of cleaning products that she should be using there, so stuff just it needs some attention, right? So I'm not going to embarrass my mother, but I'm just going to take care of it, right? So, of course, you know, I go up there, put up the blinds. I got to put up new brackets because the blinds from when I put up when I was a child, that bracket is no longer any good. You got to put up new brackets. I start cleaning the windows. She doesn't have window cleaner. Got it. You know, Clorox wipes and, you know, all of this type of stuff. So I'm wiping down some stuff. My mother's at the bottom of the stairs. She goes, Leander, what are you wiping up there? What are you doing? Nothing, Mother. I'm fine. Just don't worry. I'll be down in a minute. I'm almost done. While I was there, I was on the phone with my shipmate Bashir. Shout out to brother Bashir. Bashir said, yeah, man. He said, I miss my mama and those lists. He said, I wish I had just one more list to complete for my mama. Just one more. So you got to remember, family, your senior citizens are valued treasures. I don't like and I don't understand some folks, some young folks, not all of them, because a lot of them were raised very well. But they have no respect for the older folks. We were taught to have respect. It didn't matter if the older senior person, if they were older than you, you had to give them some respect. They could be as wrong as two left shoes. If it's a real issue, you come home and tell mom and dad, and they'll go address it and take care of it. Don't you out there in the street take it upon yourself to do that. But that ain't the way it is now. You see people cussing old folks out and get the F out of my way, you old so-and-so. People on here, same thing. You old ass bastard. I got gray hair, but okay, maybe I am old. Whatever. It don't matter to me what you think. The thing is that you have to learn to treasure the seniors. Because guess what? If you live long enough, one day you might be a senior. You might just be. That's why I try to treat everybody with respect. My young brothers, my older brothers. I speak to everybody. How y'all doing? Hey sis, how you doing? You good? All right. Keep it moving. Yeah, family, this is going along pretty good. It's slow smoker, has a great flavor. To the brother that said it was trash, I don't think it's trash. But you know what? I can also say this. I don't think that this is a stick that I would enjoy in the lounge. In the lounge is a little bit different. There's so many other people and there's smoke and it's cutting into the experience. This is one where you have to be either outside or in your own space to truly enjoy what's going on here. Now, is it very complex? I'm gonna say no. Is it as good as those 2014s? I'm gonna say no. Is it good? Yeah, it's good. Could be the Colombian, could be that Braganza, however the hell you say it. Braganca. Could be that tobacco. There's a little bit different flavor, and it's like it's I said mineral, but right then I think more the type of mineral I'm going to say is lead. It's almost like I'm going to say like a lead pencil. When I was in college and we did a lot of sharpening of the lead pencils, you could smell the dust. That's kind of what I'm tasting. All right, family. We're going to smoke this down a little bit more, get the numbers together, and get on out of here. All right, family. You know, when you are going through life and you are learning those lessons, sometimes you have to learn that the lesson that you learn is only for you. The lesson that your brother or sister learns may not work for you. Your lesson that you learn might not work for them. So you got to try things for yourself. Same thing with these cigars. No matter what somebody else says, you got to try it for yourself. No matter what I rate it, you got to try it for yourself. See what you think about it. I have no problem if you come up and say, LeeMac, I think you're wrong about that one. I'm still going to have my opinion, and I'm going to respect yours, even if it's 100% different than mine. You'll see that we are still smoking on. Look at that ash just holding on. Excellent construction on this. I would say this cigar still has not a whole lot of complexities to it. It's just kind of straightforward. As it gets closer and closer to the end, I feel like the strength dies off. So that to me says that we have more of the Ligero up in the front of the cigar, the first third, rather than in the back third. So it starts off with a little bit more of a punch and then it dies down. It's a medium bodied cigar. It's an interesting flavor profile. I like the spice on it. Doesn't remind me of Costa Rican and Honduran, but it reminds me of what I like about Costa Rican and Honduran tobacco. I like that slight spice that's there. It's not a spice that's going to burn your nostrils out when you do a retrohale. It's not going to leave your mouth burning like you're sucking on cayenne peppers. It's different than that. So I'm going to give this one this is going to be, it's not trash. Let me give you my numbers, family. For the price, I'm gonna give it a 3 1/4, and that price is based on the $14 and change, like $14.50 MSRP. I've seen this cigar for like $18 or $19. For $18, $19, I'm not buying it. That's where I've seen them for sale, and I left them in the box. For $14, $15, I probably would buy it again, but I got some, so I don't need to buy it anymore. So y'all have at it and have fun with this. For the flavor, I'm gonna give it a 3.4, construction of 5. My overall smoking experience, I'm gonna call that 3 1/4, which gives this one a 3.6 out of 5 on the LeeMack92 scale. I got to talking too fast and was about to trip up over my own words, but one thing I can tell you is this, family. No matter how I say it, slow, fast, or indifferently, when you wake up in the morning, you got to say to yourself, today is going to be another great day. Why? Because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between the truth and the lie, so you might as well tell it a good damn lie. That's what I do. Shit, I don't forget how many years I've been saying it now. This could be 16, 17. I don't know. I got to go back to an old video and figure out what year it is that I'm saying. It could be 18. I don't know. A whole lot of years, family. I've been saying it every single day, and I've been having a great day every single day, regardless of the issues, regardless of the lessons that I have to learn in that day. Sometimes when we're looking for victories, we end up with a failure. And you have to learn to accept the failures as well as you accept the victories, because the failures more than likely are going to teach you something. And if you don't learn the lesson in the failure, you are bound to repeat that failure over and over and over again until you get the lesson. And some people don't get it. It's a story that goes something like this. There was a flood coming, and a guy was up on his roof. The water was going by, and somebody came floating by on a piece of wood, and he said, "Come on, get on." The person said, "No, I'm waiting for God to come save me." Somebody else came floating by in a canoe. They said, "Come on, get on, we're gonna be saved." He said, "Nope, I'm waiting for God to save me." Somebody else came along in a motorboat. "Come on, get on." He said, "No, I'm going to wait for God to save me." The guy eventually drowned and died, and when he got up to the pearly gates, he says, "Lord, what happened? I was waiting for you to come and save me." He says, "I sent 3 people by to come and get you on a piece of wood, a canoe, and a motorboat, and you didn't take the chance." Learn the lessons, family. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.